So, I've been playing Fortnite for a little while now, largely my son's fault, of course. But the thought occurred to me the other day as to who exactly Fortnite is actually for. What's their sort of target demographic market for gamers? Okay, because you've got a lot of characters like, say, this one. I have no idea if she's a pre-existing IP or not. I don't know about her, don't know about her, him. And I know that a lot of them are original epic IP creations. However, we also then get guys like this. Now, that is not the latest generation of RoboCop. Okay? He is a RoboCop of my generation. So what is he doing in a computer game aimed at teenagers, I ask you? I mean, it isn't just him, that's not a one-off. So I'm just looking at my other characters that I've got here. So these guys are core Fortnite characters. You know, they are Fortnite's IP. These guys here. Okay? Even though I think he's looking off 2000 AD, Rogue Trooper, Gunnar. Okay. We've also got a lot of Spider-Man universe tie-ins here. Star Wars tie-ins, of course, as well. But even Bobbler's quite old school. He was. So, you know, again, interesting crossover. But you see here, we're getting into Lara Croft. Now, I think that's the modern Lara Croft. I don't think they get away with a really busty one that we used to have. But that is still fairly obscure. But we've also got Predator. Now, again, this is the Predator from my sort of era. I don't think this is a modern day Predator at all, because there are newer ones around. He's got his self-destruct panel there, and he's got he does have his blades there as well in his sort of default skin, and he's got his targeting sort of tri-laser there, so he's pretty traditional. We've got Ellen Ripley. Kids these days don't know what aliens is or are. You know, it's not saying they didn't grow up in the same universe as I did. Basically, we've got Sarah Connor. Now, arguably, yeah, she's got cross-generational appeal to a certain extent, but again, this is quite a young Sarah Connor. That's kind of, I would say that this is Terminator 2 Sarah Connor, and this isn't Emilia Clarke. So, you know, this is original generation Terminator, and they've gone for her. We've also got T-800, which again is old school Terminator film. There's not your modern polymorphic alloy kind of guys. You know, that's just Arnie, old school. We've also got the Xenomorph, which again is Ellen Ripley's era. That's if you notice the head in particular, a smooth head. That's an alien from the original Alien, the first Alien film that's ancient by today's standards. So, you know, kids won't really. I mean, I've seen this used to comedy factor in Ready Player One. So maybe it's just part of culture, you know, pop culture history now. I guess maybe it is. Yeah. This is a modern Tron outfit. So this is the Tron Legacy outfit. But it's still Tron. I mean, you know, it's still moderately old school, because even Tron Legacy isn't that new anymore. So let's see if I've got any others. Well, we got Ghostbusters. That's a pretty old school Ghostbusters outfit, so far as I'm aware. So again, it's just there's a lot of, you know, they do a remarkable number of sort of throwbacky outfits, considering that it's a very, very sort of modern game, ostensibly at least, aimed at, you know, I guess teenagers. So I'd be interested to hear what people thought, really, because, you know, obviously the Marvel superheroes. I mean, what's funny for me is that the Marvel superheroes, you know, that's in a very advanced Wolverine skin, but the Wolverine outfit that's pictured there in the title is very much my era of Wolverine comics Wolverine. So it's kind of even comics characters are often based on slightly older versions of the comics characters, which only people like me will appreciate. So it is kind of interesting. I mean, maybe they're just cheaper for them to license. I don't know. It could just be that. I guess. But I don't know. I like to think that they're trying to appeal to a sort of a broader generation of people. But even now, if I go into the item shop now, who you'll see here, if it's the same as it was, because it's changed since I last looked. May have done actually. But see, so they've got sort of Pac-Man as backbling, Pac-Brain, Galaxian as emotes. Now this Naruto stuff, I don't know who that is. Obviously anime inspired, but so Spider-Man obviously still going strong. Lots of Spider-Man, but they did have some. They had Street Fighter 2 characters on yesterday, which again is not that's not modern at all. So it's just really interesting that that they've gone for some older school stuff in there, and that's a regular thing. I mean, some of the gliders. If I show you some of my glide choices here, these are quite interesting as well because so we've got Slave 1. For some reason they don't name it Slave 1, but it is Slave 1. We've got Razor Crest. We've got Vanguard Squadron X-Wing, but then we've got Sentinel from the original Matrix. We have got one of my favourites, a chain dropship from Aliens, and you can make it unfurl its ordnance payloads. I discovered the other day, which is cool. We've also got an Ecto glider, which is like the original Ecto one. So there's even the gliders themselves are referencing old stuff. So we've got a light. You can use a light cycle from Legacy. It's just fun. I mean, it's fun for someone like me because obviously I can make stuff up to suit my particular sort of pop culture heritage, which is nice. And obviously for the younger members of the audience, there are various things that they can pick as well. So it's all good stuff. It's all very, very cleverly done. But it just makes me wonder, as I say, who they're really sort of trying to target with this. It's just very clever. I suppose the thing is, ultimately, people at my age, in theory at least, if we weren't facing mega inflation at the moment, we'd have deeper pockets, so we're more likely to go and buy stuff like this. Whereas the younger generation may not have quite so much money to throw at it, so it's just cleverly done. Anyway, so yeah, do like and subscribe to the channel. It's somewhat in its infancy at the moment, and if you want to see me playing any Fortnite really badly, let me know, and I'll do that too. Cheers for now.